Good morning. This is Douglas Cole from Gaming to Ballistic. Welcome to the Character Collections Kickstarter. And I wanted to do something because I just got in the mail something that I want to show. It's a package, and it was a bit of a surprise to me. I got it from my fulfillment partner over in England, Kickstu. Was chatting with those guys and have my handy dandy knife here. And they said, "Oh, by the way, we have something that I know you don't, which is three copies of my Five Perilous Journeys card decks, which I think will be an outstanding example of the kind of thing that we'll be making for the card part of this particular Kickstarter. Some of you may know that I actually never got to keep a copy of the 63 card deck from the Perilous Journeys project. They all went out to backers, except for the ones that were shipped direct to the United Kingdom. Didn't really occur to me to ask, but when I got an on-hand report, which is basically saying this is how much stuff of yours that we have, there were three decks. So I asked them to be shipped to me here, and I am going to, for the first time, hold on to one of these decks. All right, we've got a lot of bubble wrap here. So let's do this. Go over here, and more knife work. Hopefully this won't be like that shopping channel video where the guy cut himself and started bleeding in the studio. All right, here we go. So these are, here's the Grumpy Bear, 63 cards. So there we go. Let's slit this here. Yeah, they look every bit like the Decks of Destiny stuff. Now, this is going to be hard to see, a little subtle, I think. Let's see if the camera will pick it up. Yep, okay, so we got the white and the black. Almost certainly those two are the difference between, yeah, the NPCs and the monsters. Yep. So you can see here we've got, there's Kronk. All right, Constantine. No relation to the DC hero, I think. He's a vampire hero, all right, yep, from Belladonna, a little innkeeper action. So this is cool. This is really cool. I don't have, I didn't have these before. Now I have three copies. I'm sure that my daughters will claim those. But these look really good. And you've got the tags. Here's a card for a blood tree that's up there. And that's a lot of hits. 10 per hex. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to 120 hits on that bad boy. That is a whole lot of wood. Got the goat sucker, chupacabra. Yeah. Anyway, so these are fun. Oh, I see the difference. Got the monster cards have the dark background, and the NPC cards have the light background. I'll have to make sure I maintain that for these new ones. But these, I think, are great examples of what you're going to be getting with the card part of the Character Collections Kickstarter. I am going to be reprinting these pretty much exactly as they are. So if you missed the first go around, you'll be able to get them. And I am already going to create something like 200 cards. So this is a deck of 63 cards. It measures, let's see, we'll do this in metric just for fun. 21 or 22 millimeters thick. So a bit less than an inch. It is actually 7/8. Yeah, a little less than 7/8 of an inch. So the thickness of this, so you can probably get another, if this is 63 cards, 1/8 of that is about 8 more, so 72. So I should be able to get in those 1-inch boxes that I'm going to have made up, or the 2-inch boxes actually, we should be able to fit an awful lot of cards, almost 300 cards in that custom box that we'll do for holding those cards, and another box for the counters. I guess I haven't really talked about the boxes yet. I've got a really cool 5x7 box that'll fit two of these. That the company that I'm going to be using to print these cards is right here in Minnesota, called Artforge. But there'll be a box about as big as these two, that'll fit the cards. I believe it's an inch or so thick, so we should be able to get two solid decks of these cards in each box. And then for the counter sets, I actually have some of the old counter sets right here. These are the old counter sets. I'm actually going to make custom boxes. Now these are in color, and that's not how we're going to do that, because almost all of the additional counters from More Perilous Journeys, and now the Character Collections are in black and white. And that was done both for consistency with the line, and also, of course, to make everything more affordable to everybody. So those are going to be, I wanted to get a box because just having those loose counter sheets kicking around is a little bit disorganized. But in any case, I wanted to post that and show it because I was pretty excited about it, having not had one of these since the Kickstarter kicked off. And these turned out really well. As always, massive props and credit need to go to Steve Jackson Games, both for designing the fantasy strip, but also being of such great support to Gaming Ballistic. These look exactly like the Decks of Destiny cards because they are the Decks of Destiny cards. They were done with the same files and art assets that they told me which ones I needed to buy, and I did, and really saved me a ton of work. So I'm grateful to them for giving me the license and allowing me to build up. And these are two decks of the same cards, but if people are collectors, so to speak, and we get through the stretch goals for all 6 books, there will be something like approaching 600 new cards available. Most of those ready to play non-player characters, but also some monsters, because there are there are quite a few monsters in the More Perilous Journeys books. Some big dragons and other creatures that will get translated into cards. So anyway, thank you for joining me in this short video. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys backing the project. It's an unusual project because of the basis of stretch goals is backer count. I'm encouraging everybody to jump in at the $10 level and figure out what cards and counters and softcover books like got happen to have the Catacombs of Living Death here, and yeah, in the Sunken Library. This is still one of my favorite covers. Ksenia did such a great job of illustrating the big bad of this particular book set, and so those are starting to arrive. I should note that for those who did back the More Perilous Journeys project, there are only something like 50 packages out of the 350 or 400 that got sent out that are still pending. About 17 in the European Union waiting for Royal Mail to work out their DDP, delivery duty paid, so that you don't get presented a box of books and a bill. You've already paid quite enough for that, thank you. And then the other 32, I think, packages are, 2 of them, I think there's 2 that are out for delivery right now, and then another 32 that are in transit. With the weather and COVID and all the rest of the stuff from this year, it's likely that it might take another week to get those out there. But people who are waiting for their More Perilous Journeys, they're on the way. And then folks who are looking at the Character Collections stuff, I appreciate your pledge of support, and spread the word, because backer count is everything in this project, and the more backers we get, the more of these fun little books that I get to write. So thanks a lot. Hope you'll have a great rest of the week, and this is Gaming Ballistic signing off.